Skirt. All right, man. Blade Runner. Hey, get up. We gotta talk about Blade Runner.
Why?
So I think I know the answer to this, but did you like that?
No, not really. I mean, it wasn't bad, but good God, it was long and slow.
Yeah.
And there, when we talk about a movie normally, we're like, you know, we could have cut this much out. That literally could have been an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Movie.
I think so.
They just included so much stuff. Just if they just sped up the time that these people walked, it could have been an hour and a half movie.
Yeah. Yep.
It was ridiculous, and it wasn't even Harrison Ford. I could understand Harrison Ford; he's 95 years old. But what? Even Ryan Gosling was walking slower than Harrison Ford.
And he's a robot. He should be walking fast as hell.
What is going on?
Oh man. I really didn't like this either. I really didn't like it.
It's not a bad movie. It's not bad. Like, performances are fine. Story is fine.
Yeah.
Like, they threw some twists in there, which I enjoyed. The last 45 minutes of this movie, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 hours? 2 hours and 44 minutes.
It's way too long. And it felt longer.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. It's a good movie. And I can recognize that.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not like it at all.
Yeah.
Good performances. The shots were gorgeous, obviously. The story was actually pretty interesting. More interesting, I think, than the first movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it.
The story was interesting the last 45 minutes.
Yeah.
They did a good job. Like, I was convinced that Ryan Gosling was his kid. And I was like, okay, this is a predictable... And that was starting to piss me off. I was like, this is too predictable.
Well, he spoon-fed that too. I was like, how many of our heroes and villains can Harrison Ford be the father of?
Yeah, because, like, I kind of had that thought in the trailer. Like, he's going to meet his kid.
Uh-huh.
And then as soon as they said replicant giving birth, I'm like, okay, that's Rachel, and Harrison Ford's the dad, and Ryan Gosling's the kid. And they threw that red herring in. Cool. Throw it in an hour earlier.
Yeah.
And then end the movie an hour earlier.
Yeah, the whole last hour, things were starting to pick up action-wise, but that whole time, I was just like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man.
I know.
Like, holy cow, I was trying to see my watch. I was like, how long have we been in here?
Well, I had this thought. So, where the point where Harrison Ford gets captured by them, you know, and he's starting to fight out of it, I'm like, so, like, he's getting dragged, and I'm like, well, sleep. He's gonna get caught, and now here's another 45 minutes. Yeah. And then he's fighting out of it. I'm like, oh, cool, that's not gonna happen. Yep. He's gonna fight out of it, and they're gonna get away, and we're gonna get to the end. And then, boom, he goes down, and then Ryan Gosling comes in. He's starting to fight. I'm like, all right, he's gonna save him. They're gonna get to the end of this movie, and then no, he goes down, and then he does get taken.
Yeah, that whole scene, I'm just like, someone please kill him, because there can't be another act to this. And lo and behold, there was.
And Jared Leto's just thrown in there for no reason.
Yeah, he
has a reason, obviously, but like,
he was interesting to me. I don't know.
They didn't wrap him up at all.
He was weirdly eccentric for the sake of being weirdly eccentric.
Yeah.
And like I kind of wanted more of him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, he was just like too weirdly. I mean, even among this world of people, he was just too weirdly eccentric to me. I did really like my favorite part of this, actually. Well, two. Joy, the hologram. I really liked her, and I really liked Love, the evil woman henchman person.
Yeah.
I really liked both of them. I thought they were really cool.
Yeah. And I liked, once Harrison Ford came into the fold, I enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
I liked Harrison Ford. I wanted more of him.
Yeah, he was cool.
And I just kept thinking, like, when is he going to be in here? Because you saw it in the trailer, and it seemed like he was a big part of the movie from the trailer, when really it's only in the last half hour.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we watched this last night, the original Blade Runner, and
honestly, I thought that was okay.
Yeah.
I think I would have enjoyed this more if I cared more about the original, but I didn't. I don't know.
The thing about the original is, again, the same thing. There's about 45 good minutes of plot, and then another 2 hours of filler, and this was the same thing. You know, because the plot was good. There's just so much in between. Like, how many times do I have to watch them drive?
Oh my god.
Good God.
And drive slowly. It's not even like...
Yeah.
It's not like Star Wars where they're flying through.
And they're not saying any... Like, at least when we drive and put a camera on, it's hilarious and entertaining. And captivating, really. But you're just watching them stare.
Yeah.
Out the window, or like look at photos, or think. You know, I don't know how much time we spent watching someone think in this movie.
Yeah.
And like it, like, cool. The shots were cool, but then, like, after about 2 seconds of a cool shot, I'm like, all right, next.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Because so what I was thinking watching the first one last night was something that was kind of keeping me from enjoying it more was the effects. Because the effects in the first one are not good. And it's from the 80s. Yeah. I mean, I expected that, again, but I can't watch old movies because of that sometimes. So this one had good effects. Like, it looked really good. Really good. I was, from the beginning of it, I was in. Like, I was in from the beginning, like, right away. You know, Ryan Gosling's doing some shooting, and there's some action going on, and then it's just boom for basically an hour and 30. It's just slow and just not entertaining at all. And they don't even throw a lot of great visuals in there after that. It's the same visuals from the first movie, just it looks better. Like, turn it up. It's the flying through the buildings and seeing all, like, the adverts. Yeah, which we saw that the first time, and it wasn't that good the first time. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just the pace. The pace just murdered this for me.
Yeah.
But again, like, there's a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah.
Right? The visuals are fantastic. I thought the acting was all pretty good. The plot was interesting. Yeah. There was just so much extra crap stuffed in there that I just didn't need. It could have been a full hour shorter. Yeah. And been really great. We would be raving about it if it was an hour shorter. Yeah. But I'm in there trying to hold my head up.
I hope they release a special edition or something where they just, like, they don't change anything, they just, like, speed it up a little bit.
Yeah. They just play it at like 1.5 times speed.
Yeah.
And even to the point where, like, the dialogue is slow.
Yeah.
Like, if we're gonna tell something to you.
You know a movie is slow when Harrison Ford is speaking faster than anyone.
When he showed up, I was like, all right, let's get it going.
Harrison Ford is notoriously slow. Yeah. Especially recently in the last 20 years that he's been doing movies. He's slow. And he was the most fast-paced character in the movie. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, so positives. I mean, when there was action, it was cool. Acting was good. A little bit overacting from the main villain girl, but I mean, compared to the original movie, that was overacted everywhere. Yeah. Like, there was so much overacting in that movie, and it was the 80s. I get that. Yep. But now there wasn't as much. The only time I noticed overacting was when Robin Wright, her hands get crushed with that glass in it, and she was like, you know. Yeah. Even Robin Wright wasn't overacting. She had a glass in her hand, and she was like. So, you know, whatever. Not as much overacting, which is a positive. Visuals. Even though, going back to the slow, the music is slow. It's loud as hell, and it's slow.
I had
that was half the music.
I had really big problems with the sound design.
Oh my god.
Of this movie, and I don't know if it was our theater, if it was turned up too high.
It probably was.
Or if that's how it's supposed to be, but I mean, every single time that there's a scene change, it's
yeah, that's the other thing though, is even if it's loud, even if it's that loud, which I think our theater was loud, but it's still not good sound design.
It's noise.
Yeah, it's
is
not
what
music.
it is, and it's harsh.
Yeah.
And I swear to you, like, there were a few scenes when I was like I gotta get out. Like, I thought I was gonna have a panic attack because the whole it's like for like 2 minutes, and he's like walking up some stairs, and I'm like, get the up the stairs! I'm gonna get out of this noise. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I was like sweating and stuff because I was like, I gotta get out of here. Because the sound is so horrible.
I was getting frustrated with it.
Oh
Because
my God.
It was horrible, and it would go on. It would just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, and it's like Hans Zimmer, I think, was involved with it. And I get that that's like his thing, is the weird, outlandish kind of noise and stuff. But it was, and you know what? Some people are gonna say that it was genius the way the sound was done. It fit the movie perfectly and all that. I could not get down with it at all.
Yeah.
It threw me completely off. And there were scenes going on that were really good scenes. Some of the fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
The scene at the end when they're fighting at the waterfront there.
Yeah.
That was a pretty sweet scene.
Yeah.
But they're playing that god awful panic, anxiety attack inducing sound, and I couldn't concentrate.
Yeah.
I was looking for an exit.
Yep. Yeah.
And then like some of the stuff, like when someone would get punched, it would just scream in your ear. And that stuff is probably just our theater.
Yeah, it was our theater, yeah.
But like, she punched that doctor guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was David Dasamakian. She punched him in the back of the head, and it sounded like a gunshot because of how friggin' loud it was. I was like, Jesus, I'm awake, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sound like those were the two big things for me and they worked in tandem with each other, was the sound design and the pacing. That just really killed it for me. Because again, like, you're watching a guy walk down a hallway, and you're like, get down the hallway, please. Get to the next scene. Let's go. We get it. You're walking.
This could have and should have been a way more enjoyable experience. And even going in, I knew the runtime was long.
I didn't.
I did. Because I did look at the Rotten Tomatoes. I didn't look at reviews or anything specifically, but I did look at Rotten Tomatoes, and when I looked up showtimes, I saw it was 244.
What's it running right now?
It's like 88 or something like that.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing, is like...
Yeah, I know it's a good movie.
It's good.
I know it, but I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. There's parts in there I liked, but I didn't enjoy it like I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I did have a little bit of bias come in because I didn't super like the first one. I thought that was fine, but I wanted to enjoy this more because there's definitely parts of the first one I liked a lot.
Yep.
And I thought they would expand more upon it in the second one.
Yep.
And they didn't really do it. I liked the story. I liked to figure out who the kid was, and I wanted to see more Harrison Ford and figure out what happened to him and Rachel and all that. And you got all that, but you got it over the course of 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I should have gotten over the course of an hour and 30 minutes.
What's weird to me about like Blade Runner and how everyone thinks about Blade Runner, and it kind of has this, like, I don't know, I think people look at it as like this big art piece, and this big think piece, and
really
it isn't at all. I've always heard that, but I never got the vibe from it in watching it.
It's pretty simple when you think about it.
It sets up a world where there could be a really interesting think piece about what's human and what's not and all this stuff, but that's not what you get.
So that was
what you get is, here's a robot and he kills it, and then he falls in love, and now he's got a kid, let's kill it.
Yeah.
And they simplify it a lot. And it's just... I'm just already hearing people responding to us not liking it and being like, but it's so genius, and it's this and this and this, and none of that lands with me at all.
So the one thing I thought about this too when they met the girl who ends up being the daughter, doing the memories, which I thought was really cool. This movie explored more of the world of Blade Runner than the first one, whether it be you'd see how they're born or doing the memories, things like that. That was really cool to me, and I would love to see more of a movie where I'm exploring the world of Blade Runner, but I don't care about the Blade Runners themselves and the killing the people, and like I don't care about. I guess I like Harrison Ford, but I don't care about Ryan Gosling's character. I like seeing the fake wife thing, like that stuff's cool. I like the world of Blade Runner is cool.
Yeah.
And I want to see more of like the subsections of it.
Yep.
But the main story that they're going with, I don't really care about.
I really want to know how they got that world.
Mm-hmm.
Because like
yeah, that too.
They're in LA, and for all of 2 movies it's raining.
Yeah.
It never rains in LA.
It's snowing.
It snowed.
Yeah.
Vegas is apparently a wasteland now.
Yeah.
Like what happened to get to there? That I'd be really interested to hear that
right.
stuff. Or even more high level stuff with the replicants and like Jared Leto's character and like what's he think of the replicants and
what's happened to him? Where'd he end
what's
up?
What's his deal at all?
Because they don't do anything with him at all.
Yeah.
Like they just like the main girl's dead and then boop, movie's over.
So this entire movie was just so that Harrison Ford could meet his daughter.
Yeah.
And yet we had to meet all these other characters and do all this other stuff just for that. And that all happens in the last 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was just... There's so much good, and I really want to like it. I think we agree on that. Like,
yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't know that I need to watch it again.
Yeah. No, I won't watch this again. And whenever Blade Runner
2079.
Yeah. 2182 comes out. Final thoughts?
Well, I think we've summed it up pretty nicely.
Yeah.
That while there are a lot of really excellent things from like the cinematography and the acting, I thought, and the action and the plot,
in the world,
and the world that it lives in, there's great all across the board. But this wasn't a fun movie-going experience for me.
I thought about that in the theater. I was like, I'm not having any fun.
I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe it was just the sound screwing with me. Maybe it's just the pace. But I wasn't able to enjoy it as much as I wish that I could have.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that about what you're thinking?
I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Speed that movie up a little bit and you got a good movie.
Yep.
But they didn't. Underwhelming.
Yep.
And honestly, better than Zequel.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Seriously though, give me a movie where Harrison Ford's lineage isn't important. Just once. Indiana Jones, Star Wars, this crap.